Hey there, it's Poul Mark. Welcome back to my kitchen in our continuing journey to help you become a coffee connoisseur. A little while ago we were talking about acidity, and today we wanted to talk a little bit more about that concept, but into a different realm, and that's continuing with mouthfeel in terms of body, and then a little bit about flavor. Because I know flavor is one of these things when you start getting into better quality coffee that is constantly described on the bag, on the label, and I think for a lot of you, you look at the flavor descriptors on coffee bags and you go, BS. Or what are they talking about? Seriously, like come on. How does coffee taste like cream cheese with strawberry tart or whatever the flavor descriptor is? And so let's talk a little bit about that today. Body. What we love to have in coffee is creamy, heavy body or medium, sort of medium plus body. Think about body in terms of water to cream and all the gradations in between. That's the easiest way to get your head wrapped around body is the weight, the perception of weight on your tongue. So if something is thin bodied, it's more like water. If something is really heavy bodied, it's more like cream. And then we get into the distinctions of whether that body is pleasant or whether it is a bit rough, or all these little distinctions that that are definitely part of determining quality when it comes to what's in the cup. And then it comes to flavor. And flavor is tough because with coffee, let me just say it, coffee is hard. Determining flavors in coffee takes practice, practice, practice. It's a lot easier to get flavors when you're drinking wine or when you're drinking beer because they're just more there. They're out there. They're a little bit easier to sort of get your head wrapped around. But with coffee, it's much more difficult. I've given some amazing coffees to people to try, and I say, what do you taste? And they look back at me with a blank stare and go, coffee. And of course, that's what you're tasting. But when we start talking about having flavors of peach or of grapefruit or of dark cherries or orange rind in our coffees or toasted biscuit. All these things really come down to a frame of reference that we as the roasters and the coffee professionals have. So we've tasted all these different things. And then through repetitive practice, tasting, we begin to build muscle memory in terms of oh, that's linked to that flavor that I already know and that flavor descriptor. So number one, don't get dismayed. Number two, it takes time, it takes practice. And number three, it really doesn't matter. It comes down to your ability to enjoy the coffee, and more than anything, flavor is the least of your worries. What you want to be looking for with great quality coffee is coffee that has pleasant and sparkling acidity, that has decent body, that has a nice roundness, that is pleasant in your mouth, and then sweetness that isn't bitter. Those are the things that are your first indicators of quality. Then as you sort of get into it and refine your abilities to sort of think about what's in your mouth, then you can start to think about flavors. But take it from me, who's someone who's doing wine education at the same time, working on my WSET diploma. Flavor is the last thing we talk about when evaluating quality in wine. We talk about a whole bunch of other things first, and then we get into flavor. And so I would encourage you to do the same with coffee. Sure, take a look on the label, see what the roaster says about the coffee that you're going to buy. But number one, don't worry about it. Don't worry if you can't taste it. The reality is your mouth will know based on the perceptions that you're readily familiar with, whether or not you've got something of quality in your mouth, and then you can start to worry about flavors later. Okay? Hopefully this is helpful. As always, send in your suggestions. Please let us know if there's something that you would like us to talk about, and we'll definitely incorporate it into one of our episodes. All right, until next time, drink less more often.